my screw ups, my mess ups, because he's already prepared for what I might do. He knows what I'm going to do before I do it, and he already made preparation for me before I get there. What follows darkness is light. That darkness is the indicator that light is getting ready to shine. So there it is in Genesis, when darkness was upon the face of the deep, and God in the spirit form moved upon the face of the waters, and then God said, let there be. Because darkness precedes the light. Are you understanding what I'm saying? But he needs the darkness there so that God can move upon the face of the deep, so that the shift can take place. Listen, look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor that shifts take place in the darkness. Oh, God, y'all didn't hear what I just said. Everybody's not going to see the shift that's happening. They see the chaos, but they don't see the shift. They see all the craziness going on in your life, but they don't understand that underneath the darkness, God is moving in secret. He's moving in quiet. He's moving in the hidden places. He's moving in the cracks and the corners and the crevices. He's moving in places that you cannot see. And when the light comes, they're going to see a new order. Afraid to dream, afraid to imagine. But I'm here to tell you that you are an infinite, limitless, boundless being. Are you willing to do what is necessary to have what you desire?
Thank you for joining us. Please take a moment and like the Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube page and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we go live. If you are finding value in these enrichment sessions, please consider supporting this page financially. Your donations allow us to continue to provide spiritual enlightenment, self-exploration, and kingdom knowledge. Also, consider becoming a partner because partnerships have this privilege. As a partner, you'll be able to attend our annual Partners Only Summer Summit, join us for our 6 a.m. virtual daily guided meditation sessions, weekly advanced empowerment sessions, regular prophetic insights and instructions, 30% discount on all Emerge books and merchandise, and a custom Emerge t-shirt. You'll also gain full access to the private Emerge Movement community page as well as group chats. Once again, thank you for watching.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Emerge Empowerment Session. I'm your host, Isaac J. Miles, Sr., and I am ecstatic that you have joined me this morning as we come to the conclusion of the teaching series entitled The Ministry of Value. The Ministry of Value. And we've been talking about valuing yourself and how you value yourself by setting boundaries, by understanding your own self-worth, by making sure that you are confident and that you are secure in your person. But today we're going to conclude this particular teaching with a teaching that I think is going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's entitled Guarding the Temple Within. Guarding the Temple Within. We're going out with a bang, y'all. Everybody that's watching us on TikTok, on Facebook, YouTube channel, on Instagram, I need for you to just hone in, focus in, so you don't miss a moment of the conversation that we're having this morning. It is designed to empower you and help you to be able to win. Now, before we get started in the teaching, I got a couple of things I want to ask you to do. I ask you every week. Everybody on every platform, do these three things for me. Number one, I need you to share this live. Go ahead and hit the share button right now on whatever platform you're watching me on and share it to your friends, your family, your mom and them, your cousin them. Send it out to your friends. Put it in your group chat and all of the other groups that you may be a part of so that they'll be alerted that we are on the air and they can join us live right now. I would appreciate if you would share it right now. Share. Now, number two, I need your interaction. I need your likes. I need for you to put comments in the comment section. I need you to interact with this video because that pushes us further out with the algorithm and creates a larger reach for the platform. So do me a favor, double tap that screen over here on TikTok. Those of you watching on the other platforms, hit the like buttons, interact, and write in the comments, if you will. Ask questions, give your thoughts, your perspective. It is all welcome here, but I need you to interact. And then finally, for those of you that are watching via Facebook, I need you to tag as many people in the comments as you possibly can. You see already in the comments that my number one tag, Atoya Coffee, is always tagging a whole boatload of people. I need everybody that's watching me right now, just tag 3 people, if you will. Just 3. You can do more than 3, but a minimum. Do 3 people and invite them to come and be a part of this conscious conversation that we're having this morning. All right, as you can see, I'm a little bit hyped. I am, because I'm excited about the lesson and the conversation that we're having this morning. I'm excited about the conclusion of this particular teaching series that we have been in for the last 4 weeks. And this is the 5th week, the final week, as we close out this series. We have been talking about the ministry of value. We have arrived now at the final part of this series, and we started out talking about our own inherent value, recognizing that our value as beings, as spiritual beings, as divine emanations of the all of everything of God, God incarnated in 3-dimensional form, that each one of us are precious, filled with purpose and potential, limitless, infinite capacity for greatness inside of us, and that you need to see yourself as being the valuable person that you are. That you're not some poor, pitiful pilgrim passing through trying to make heaven your your home. No, 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 no. There is greatness inside of you. You are brilliant. You are powerful. You are intelligent. You are gifted. You are beautiful. You are a divine animated expression of God in three-dimensional form. And so when people see you, they see a reflection of God, the Creator, in you. Doesn't matter whether you're a part of a religious organization or an ideology. Doesn't matter whether you ever go to church or temple or synagogue or any other thing of that sort. Just by virtue of your being, you are a reflection of the all of everything. You are a reflection of God in the earth, and therefore you and your life has value. I don't care what your mama, your daddy, your cousin them might have said about you. I don't care what your situations and circumstances may have tried to dictate to you. What you've gone through and what you may have done does not dictate your value. It doesn't determine who you are. You are valuable simply because you're breathing. Just because you're a dynamic being navigating and matriculating through this three-dimensional world. We went further from there, from talking about your innate value. We talked about how you value yourself by setting boundaries, that you began to teach people how to treat you by setting boundaries, that you don't allow people to just come in and out of your life and drain you and be parasites that eat up your energy, or bringing their bad energy to you, dumping it on you like you're some type of garbage can. That you have to set boundaries and protect your energy by knowing how you set up gates for people to come through, and whether you decide to give them full access to who you are. That brought us to the next part, which was the discernment. That each of us possess this divine discernment, this intuitive knowing that lets us be able to discern those people, places, and things that are good for us and those things that do not support our highest good. To be discerning is to value yourself, value your talent, your abilities, your gifts, your anointing. Everybody does not deserve what you bring to the table. Everybody doesn't discern just how special and how powerful you are. Some people, especially those who've known you for a long time, many times people who've grown up with you, they know your past, but they don't know who you really are, and so therefore they can't truly value the greatness that's in you. You have to be discerning about who you will offer up your energy, your power, your talent, your brilliance, who you're going to offer that to. And then we talked about presence, that your presence is valuable. It's not just what you do, not just what you say, but just by your being there. The energy and the aura, the anointing that's upon your life that follows you, that shows up because you are there, because you happen to be in the place. It changes the environment and shifts the climate because you carry such a heavy presence and power. Your presence will shift kingdoms and conversations. It will change the atmosphere simply because you showed up. So your presence is valuable, and we want you to understand how important it is that you are very intentional, deliberate, and a little bit stingy about where and to what you lend your presence. I'm sweating already, and I haven't even gotten into the teaching for this morning. So now, after all of these threads are interwoven together, all of them have been joined and connected, we come to the final part that I think is so powerful, so important, and going to be very insightful and revelatory, and that is guarding the temple. Guarding the temple within. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you are the temple, the altar, and the sanctuary. Let me say it again. You are the temple, the altar, and the sanctuary. You are the outer court, the inner court, and the holies of holies. You are the sacred place. Are you understanding what I'm saying to you? That you are the temple, the altar, and the sanctuary. That you have to be careful, mindful, deliberate, and intentional about what you allow to occupy and take up space in this divine temple that you are. Doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter what your color, your shape, your size, your height, doesn't matter your stature. You are a divine temple. You are the divine temple. You're the temple, the dwelling place, the habitation of the all of everything. You carry glory, greatness, power, infinite power, endless power. You carry omnipotence, omniscience, omnipresence, and omniactive creative power inside of you. You are a force to be reckoned with. My goodness, that's good. I need everybody in the comments just to write, I'm a force to be reckoned with. I am an unstoppable force. I am a force to be reckoned with. Go ahead, write it in the comments. Write it in capital letters like you're yelling and screaming it out. I am a force to be reckoned with. I'm not ordinary. I'm not some poor, pitiful pauper. I'm not just somebody that you can push to the side and look over. To look past me is to make the biggest mistake of your life, because I am a force to be reckoned with. I am an unstoppable, undeniable force, a power encased in human form. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? You are the temple, the altar, and the sanctuary. Let me break that down as we go further into the conversation. The temple is a sacred place. Let's talk about this temple. It's a sacred place. It is the dwelling place of the divine, of the all of everything. It is the dwelling place of God. And while God is omnipresent, there is no place that God is not. God specifically animates itself in us as three-dimensional beings expressing its divinity. Let me say it again, that while God is omnipresent, there is no place that God is not. God specifically animates itself in us, through us, and as us, as divine beings expressing God's divinity. We express the divinity of God. We express the power, the presence, and the creativity and brilliance of God in human form. We are a sacred place, a holy place. There is a scripture in the Bible that says, know ye not that you are the temple, that is the dwelling place, the habitation, the house of God. I need you to write this in the comments about yourself. I am the temple of God. I am the temple of God. God lives in me. Did you hear what I said? Not in a building, not in some monstrosity, not in some sanctuary, not in some cathedral outside of me. No. It is not the building. It is not the temple. It is not the synagogue that God is living in. It is me. I'm the temple. I'm the dwelling place. I am where God resides, in me, through me, and as me. And because God is holy and I am the temple, I am the dwelling place, that makes me holy. Holiness ain't got nothing to do with whether or not you drink or whether you get high or whether you do this, that, and that. It's not about behavior. Holiness is a state of being. You are made holy by the fact that you are the dwelling place of the all of everything, of the Almighty God. You are the dwelling place. You are the habitation. You are the place where God resides. You are the home in which God lives, and therefore it makes you sacred. It makes you holy. It makes you righteous. It makes you pure. It makes you powerful. And anything that is holy, the word holy comes from the Greek word hagios, means that it is set apart for special use. Did you catch what I just said? Hagios, set apart for special use. Do you understand that you have been set apart for special use? You are the temple of the living God. Are you hearing me? That you are bought with a price. You have been set aside for special use. That there is a purpose, a destiny that you fulfill that nobody else can. That nobody can be who you are. That you are unique and special and powerful. That you have been set aside to fulfill an original intent for which you left the mind of God and entered this three-dimensional form, that you co-created a reality for yourself in this three-dimensional world that only you can occupy. You are the dwelling place. You are the sanctuary. You, listen to me, are the temple where God lives and resides. And so you have been set aside. I don't care what you've done. I don't care where you've been. I don't care what people might think about you. I don't care what their attitude is toward you. I don't care how many times you messed up, goofed up, fumbled, and fell. You are still the temple of the living God. And there is this promise that we find not only in the Bible, but in the Quran as well, that says that God will never leave or forsake you. In other words, you are not left empty because of whatever choices or decisions that you may have made that may have been maladaptive or may have been nefarious or may have gone against your highest good and the highest version of yourself. You may have erred. You may have missed the mark. You may have misjudged, but your life and your value is not determined by those bad choices. You are the temple of the living God. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yes, that you are that dwelling place. And so you have to guard your temple. You have to protect this temple. What does that mean? Let's first talk about guarding the temple from without, and then we'll talk about guarding the temple from within. Because remember, you are the temple, you are the altar, you are the sanctuary. Let's talk about that. Guarding the temple from without means taking care of your body. Now, you hear a whole lot of people talking and preaching and hacking and hollering and all that other nonsense and everything else like that. But you very rarely hear them talking about taking care of their body. As a matter of fact, most of the times, and I used to be one of them, ain't no need of me lying about it. Come on. I used to be one of them. The very ones up there doing all that hollering and squalling and everything like that are dying of diabetes and heart disease. They overweight. They out of shape, can barely breathe. Y'all ain't gonna holler back at me. Come on now, because they don't take care of their temple. Remember, this is the dwelling. Do you know that your body was designed to live a lot longer than 80 and 90 and 100 years? Do you know that your body was designed to regenerate and rejuvenate itself? And we should be living for hundreds of years. But the reason that we don't is because we have become so negligent of the temple. We don't nourish it. We don't give it proper rest. We don't feed it. We don't give it the right exercise. Y'all not talking back to me right now. See, I know this is not what people want to hear, but I'm telling you, you gotta start taking care of if you take care of the temple will take care of you, and it will continue to rejuvenate and replenish itself. And you won't have to stop putting all of these chemicals and GMOs and all of this other stuff into it. Stop sitting on the couch 24 hours a day, binging on the television, watching all of this other nonsense, feeding feeding it with a whole bunch of laziness and complacency, and get out and move something. Reconnect with the earth, because your body is a culmination or a combination of the elements that exist within the earth. Earth, wind, fire, and water. That's what your body is made of. So when you commune with nature, you are helping to rejuvenate your body. You are giving it energy. You are strengthening that temple. You are fortifying it so that it does start to lean. This old building, keep on leaning. Y'all remember that song? I gotta move to a better home. We made up whole songs about letting the body deteriorate and decay, because nobody told us that you can't keep eating a bunch of fat back, and y'all ain't gonna holler back. Come on now. And unhealthy foods that destroy your temple. There's a reason that the temple keeps on leaning. And it's not because it's getting older. It's because we don't take care of it. Y'all ain't gonna holler back at me. Come on. You gotta take care of your temple, because it is the dwelling place of God. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? I got to keep moving, because I want to make sure I fit everything into this time. And I got some analogies that I think are going to be powerful. I want you to just hang with me just a little bit longer. So you are the temple. We have to guard the temple, care for the temple, maintain the temple, manage the temple, make sure that we keep it clean, that we keep it healthy, that we keep it nourished, that we keep it connected with the earth around us, with the elements around us. Make sure that we are allowing it to exercise. This is a month, the month of May, where you need to commune and connect with nature, from the constellations to the moon, to the trees and the water and the grass and the dirt, to the winds that are around us, and the fire that burns from within and from without. That we need to connect with nature, dance like nobody's watching, run and exercise, sing and celebrate yourself. Feed this temple with things that nourish it and strengthen it, because you are the dwelling place for the all of everything. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Guarding the temple in this context is not about anxiety. It's not about being fearful. It's not about isolating yourself. It's not about walking in some type of paranoia, but it is about being vigilant and taking care of this human form that you have. It's a proactive commitment to preserve the sanctity, the health, and the purity of this outer form that houses your inner being. Much attention is paid to the inner being, and we're going to pay some attention to it this morning in this conversation. But understand that if you are only focused on the inner being and not the outer body, that is this outer temple, then the inner being has no place to dwell, because this begins to decay, and before you know it, prematurely, the soul and spirit are transitioning out, because the form has worn out. And it was designed to last. It was designed to stay around. So you have to be careful, mindful, intentional, deliberate about caring for going to the gym and working out, getting on a treadmill, getting out in nature and walking, running. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Be intentional. Not eating just because the food is there, but you eat to live and not live to eat. Oh, I know what I'm talking about. That was me. I was almost 500 pounds, 480 pounds of greed, gluttony, and I used food as a drug. Whenever I was upset or frustrated or angry or aggravated, I turned to food. But then it was also that whenever I celebrated, I turned to food. Whenever there was an occasion for a meeting, I always had food. And it wasn't healthy food. Y'all ain't talking about, come on now. It was all of the things that were unhealthy but taste so good. and was eating myself to death. Are you hearing me? Until I finally awakened and finally realized that I had to take some drastic steps to change the way that I was living. Now, 200 and some odd pounds later, that's right, I've lost 2 people. I've lost over 2 people. I feel stronger, more invigorated, more healthy than I've ever been. Those of you on my TikTok page, you see the videos of my workout and me exercising, and you see the transformation pictures and videos that are up there from 480 now down to like 210. Y'all not hearing me. Yes, I'm patting myself on the back. I'm proud of myself. I've come a long way because I understand that I got to take care of this temple. All right, got to keep going. So we talk about taking care of the temple. But wait a minute, you're not just the temple, you are also the altar. What is the altar? The altar is your heart. There's another text in the Bible that says this. It says, watch this, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. The word heart in the Greek is the cardios, from which we get the word cardio or cardiac from. But it is not talking about this physical muscle in our chest, although you do need to do things that are heart healthy and take care of that heart. But when he says guard your heart, it is metaphorically speaking of those things that you are passionate about. Guard what gets into your heart and begins to formulate an attachment, a passion, a desire, a hunger, a yearning, a lust for it. He says, guard your heart, because out of your heart, everything flows. Are you hearing me? That your passions are what drive you. It is out of that. So you have to be careful about what you let get into your heart. A whole lot of things come toward you. We are bombarded with different experiences and information and encounters throughout our entire life. But we have to set up a guard around our heart, not to allow those things to become implanted and rooted in our heart. In Hebrews, it says that we're to guard our heart lest any root of bitterness should go down in the heart, take root, and then thereby many are defiled. It says that we have to guard our heart from any bitter root. That it's inevitable that there will be things that will come into your life that may bring you pain, may bring you disappointment, may let you down, but you have to be careful not to dwell in those places and allow those things to begin to seed your heart, get into your passion, get in to form an attachment and become a bitter root that begins to spring up a tree that defiles everything that you do. Do you understand that there are so many people that act and respond in a way that you look at and you label and say, wow, man, they are just mean, or they are just inconsiderate, and they're callous and they're cold, but you are not looking at the fact that what you are seeing is the symptom of bitter roots that have been implanted within the heart. And so when it begins to spring up, it comes out as vindictiveness and anger and malice and meanness. They seem like they're mean as a junkyard dog, but what they're really expressing is the pain and the trauma that has been inflicted upon them that they've never really dealt with, never uprooted it, never did the intentional, intense inner work, shadow work to free themselves, and did not guard their heart. And the bitterness now begins to dictate their actions and their responses. They are reacting out of anger, reacting in a way that they think protects themselves. They will reject and push others away because they are afraid of being hurt themselves again. And so that bitter root has now begun to produce a behavior that they think is is guarding them from being hurt again. And so they put up these walls. How many of you know people that have walls up all around them? Maybe you are one of those people that have constructed a wall around you to protect you. You think that it's to keep everybody out, but the problem with a wall is it doesn't just keep people out, it also keeps you in. Oh my goodness, y'all didn't catch what I just said. I said, when you start putting up walls, it not only keeps people out, but it also traps you inside, so that when you want to come out, when you want to be expressive, when you want to connect, when you want to love, when you want to have that kind of intimacy, you struggle and you fight with it because you are bound up behind these walls that you constructed to protect you, but now they're suffocating you because of a bitter root that has implanted itself in your heart, because of the pain and the trauma that you used as an excuse to put up these protective walls to shield yourself, to keep everybody at abeyance, to not let them. I'm never going to let anybody get that close to me again. I'm never going to let anybody hurt me like that again. I'm never going to let anybody that far into my life. And now you're trying to get out, gasping for air, drowning and suffocating behind a wall that you constructed. And ladies and gentlemen, nobody can take down your wall. Or maybe you can love me enough until the wall comes down. No, you built it. You got to take it down. I'm going to say it again. You are the architect. You are the contractor that constructed it. And you have to intentionally and deliberately take it down brick by brick. If someone loves you enough to hang around while you're taking it down, wonderful. But you have to do the work to deconstruct the wall and open your heart and put yourself in a place where you can feel again, where you can be intimate again, where you can come out and show who you really are without fear and without trepidation. Are you hearing what I'm saying? But you also have to guard your heart from those things that can poison it and create the bitter root in the first place. How do you do that? How do you do that? I'm going to borrow from the 4 agreements. You don't take anything personal. I know that sounds simple, but it's not. It's not. I understand it. But you don't take anything personally. You understand that a person's behaviors, their words, their thoughts, their reactions, their responses, where you are concerned, is less about you and more about them. You start to realize that every adult that you come in contact with is really just an 8-year-old in an adult body. They're just a petulant little 8-year-old child that never learned how to handle their emotions, never learned how to deal with pain, never learned how to regulate their feelings, never learned how to behave themselves and how to respond, how to act with deliberation. They only know how to react to what's happening. And so they pout and they get angry and they give you the silent treatment. They cut you off and they get mad, or they strike out and they're vindictive and malicious and they throw tantrums. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not about you. That's about them. And so you can't take it personally. But they hurt my feelings. Then move your feelings. Your feelings can only be hurt if they can be hurt. But when you start to understand that they are operating from a childlike trauma, then you understand not to take it. That is not about you. It's about what's going on inside of them. So you guard your heart by not allowing that thing to become personalized, not internalizing what they've done, what they've said, or what they didn't do, or what they did not say. Stop internalizing somebody else's trauma. Stop internalizing somebody else's bad behavior or their maliciousness. That is not because of you. It is because of them. How they think, how they act, how they behave is none of your business. So stop internalizing it. Guard your heart. Guard it from the anger, the bitterness, the maliciousness. Guard it from the recklessness, the callousness, the coldness. Guard it from the rejection, the abandonment. Guard your heart. Are you understanding what I'm saying to you? Don't take it personal. Okay? It's just learned. That's good, Sharon. Sharon put it in the comments over here. I'm going to put it on screen. I wish I could put it on screen over here with y'all. She says, I just learned that it's not personal at all. It is so liberating. It is. When you start to understand that it's not personal, that they're speaking out of their own dysfunction, their own pain, they're speaking out of their own brokenness. It has really nothing to do with you. It liberates you. And you stop finding yourself getting mad and getting angry and joining their pity party because of what's going on inside of them. You start to recognize that that is their pain, and I don't have to absorb it. I don't have to internalize it. I can guard my heart, because out of thy heart flows all the issues of life. I got to guard it. I got to protect it. I can't allow the poison of somebody else's trauma to be internalized inside of me. And then I start acting out of trauma that I haven't even lived through. Ooh. Did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I said? That you start internalizing someone else's trauma, that you start living out of trauma that you haven't even experienced. It's not even your trauma. It's not even your pain. It's not even your anger. You are just reacting to them because you have taken it in and internalized it. You took it personal. When I don't like you. Oh, no. It's not that they don't like you. They don't like the version of themselves that they see when they look at you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? See, you never meet anybody new. You just meet a different version of yourself, because we're all one. And sometimes you meet a version of yourself that doesn't align with the version that you're trying to be and become at the moment. And so you start saying, well, I don't like, or they don't like, and they don't, and no, you are looking at a different version of yourself, and you're seeing something that you don't like. Now you need to not take that personally. It is about them, not about you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Stop living in somebody else's trauma. Stop living in somebody else's reality. Stop living in somebody and take your power back. Guard your heart, cleanse your heart from all of that bitterness, all of that anger, all of that resentment, all those feelings of rejection that have caused you to have low self-esteem and low self-worth and not feel good about it. Cleanse your heart from all of it so that you can see the beauty of who you really are. Are you understanding what I'm saying? You are the temple. You are the altar. That's your heart. But you are also the sanctuary. The sanctuary is your mind. You are the temple, the body. You are the altar, the heart. That's the soul. And then you are also the sanctuary. It's the mind. In 1 Peter, we are admonished to gird up, fortify, protect the loins. The word loins there is an Asian word, one of the two times in the Bible that an Asian terminology is used rather than a Greek or a Hebrew, that literally translates to the creative power and forces. Gird up, protect, or fortify the creative forces of your mind. Creation begins in your mind. Manifestation comes from your mouth, but creation begins in your mind. This is the reason why it says to gird it, to protect it, to fortify it, to shield it, to make sure that you are protecting what you let come into your mind, what you allow to influence your mind, because your mind is the womb and the incubator of creation. Listen to me. Your mind is the incubator and the womb of all creation. It is where vision and dreams unfold. It is the place of beginnings. It is the place where your visions, dreams, and imaginations are magnetized and begin to emanate an energy that draws to you the reality of what you have accepted as your truth in your mind. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? Gird up the mind, because as a man thinketh, so is he. Whatever you have accepted as your truth in your mind, you begin to manifest with your mouth. Whatever you have created, the reality that you created within your mind. I'm not strong enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not talented enough. I'm not gifted enough. I don't have creativity. I'm always broke. I'm always struggling. I'm just trying to survive. I'm just trying to make it in. I'm a bad person. I don't deserve all of the goodness of God. I'm so unworthy. I'm a poor, pitiful pilgrim. I am a worm undone. I'm a wretch. I am in the muck and the mire. All the stupid stuff that religion tells you to say about yourself. What kind of nonsense is that? No, I'm not any of those things. But what you think about yourself, that's what you begin to manifest all around you. When you have those thoughts within your mind, you create a reality within your thought world that will then dictate what comes out of your mouth. And your mouth brings about the manifestation of what you created within your mind. Gird up the loins of your mind. You need to start thinking of yourself. Are you hearing me? As the brilliant, creative, talented, and wonderful dynamic person that you are. Whatsoever things are good, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, if there be any praise, if there be any good report, think on these things, that you are kept in perfect shalom, peace, that is nothing missing, nothing broken, wholeness, completeness, when your mind is stayed upon your own divinity, when you recognize that you are the divine expression of God in three-dimensional form, when you recognize that you are God manifested in the flesh, when you recognize that you are an animated expression of the all of everything, and you speak to yourselves in those kind, empowering, and encouraging words, when you are convinced of your own divinity, power, greatness, and infinite potential, then you begin to manifest a reality that aligns with what is in the sanctuary of your mind. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You have to gird up the loins, the creative forces of your mind. You have to make sure that the incubator is incubating those thoughts and ideas, concepts, and imaginations that reflect who you desire to be and to become. Think of yourself as the wonderful person that you are, not the person that your mama might have said, or your grandmama, your cousins, or your friends, or you may have experienced some type of trauma, and so the trauma tries to tell you that you are defined by that experience, but it does not define you. You are infinitely great. Are you understanding what I'm saying about you? You are powerful. You are mighty. You have to be fully persuaded, watch this, in your own mind. Oh, Lord have mercy. Fully persuaded in your own mind of your greatness. This is the reason why I'm not anti. I am cautious about people who are so engrossed with religion, because religion demands conformity and it fills you with so much. The only way you can be manipulated and controlled is that religion has to convince you something is wrong with you. Something in you is broken. Something in you is deteriorated. Something in you is evil and wicked. And your only hope is for you to connect with this particular religion, go through their formats and their traditions, and then somehow magically, because you do what they say, you're acceptable to God. Are you understanding? Did you understand how ridiculous that is? I'm here to tell you this morning, there is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing broken inside of you. You don't need rescuing. You don't need saving, because there's nothing that's broken and errored in you. The only thing that you need to correct is how you think about yourself. You need to come into the awakening knowledge, the enlightenment that you are the divine expression of God, that there is nothing broken, nothing that needs to be fixed, nothing that is absolutely errored or wrong. God is not against you. God is for you. Nothing is against you. Everything is for you. And if God be for you, then who in this world, who and what can be against you? And guess what? God is for you, because you are the reflection of God. So if God is against you, God would be against itself. And God cannot deny itself. God is not against itself. So God fully embraces you, loves you, and you are that sanctuary. Your mind is the sanctuary. It is the dwelling place. It is the incubator and the womb of creation. And you want to create those things that align with your highest vision and version of your life. Are you hearing me? Gird up the loins of your mind and be sober. See yourself clearly. Most of you see yourself through lenses that have been colored by your environment, by your culture, by your religion, by your trauma, by your bad experiences, colored. And so you view yourself and you view your world and you view your reality through those colored lenses. And so you see it through the lens of pain and brokenness. You see it through the lens of disappointment. You see it through the lens of your trauma. And so everything around you looks traumatic. And it causes you to almost be paranoid to the place where you're afraid to fully be and express who you are, because you're afraid that you're going to be rejected or misunderstood. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Yes? Okay. I got to keep going. My time is almost up. Okay? So, you are the temple, you are the altar, you are the sanctuary. And every temple, before you reach the altar, before you reach the sanctuary, all the temple have gates. The outer court, the inner court, the holies of holies. Before you could even come to the outer gate where the altar is, before you could go into the sanctuary, before you could get to the holies of holies where the heart of the matter is, you had to come through the gates. The gates practically are those outer forces outside that you set up to fortify your inner place, to protect it, so that these marauders don't come in and overtake you. Guarding your inner temple means assessing what you allow in and what you don't. Let me say that again. Guarding your inner temple, guarding the holies of holies means that you have to be discerning. Remember, we talked about discernment in the ministry of value. You have to be discerning about what you allow in and what you do not allow in. That's from things like media, magazines, social media. Lord have mercy. We have more access to information now than we've ever had in any time in history. And that's good on one hand, but it can also be poisonous on the other. You can find anything on social media. You can find anything on the internet. You can find any point of view. So you have to be discriminating about what you allow to come pouring into your head. Are you hearing me? Okay? You need to be discriminating. And I am not one of those, hard fundamentalists that's like, oh, you don't need to watch TV. You can't go to movies and all that. That's dumb. Of course you can. But you need to be discerning about what you take in, what you feed your mind and your soul with, because those things begin to plant seeds. So you have to be very discerning about what you let come through your gates, your eye gate, your ear gate. Are you hearing what I'm saying? What you are looking at and what you are listening to. Don't let everybody just come talking to you about every little thing. Shut out the gossipers and the liars and the rumor mill. Get away from the street committee. Ain't nobody gonna holler back at me now. Come on. Okay? Now, learn how when to get off social media and shut it down. As a matter of fact, put yourself on a social media fast for a while. See if you can just stay away from social media for about a month or so, and then come back. And guess what else? You determine what your social media feed is going to look like. If all kind of garbage is coming up on your feed, it's because of come on. It's not an accident that you're seeing the stuff on your feed that you're seeing. You're seeing it because you keep clicking on it and watching it. And so the algorithm is set up to give you more of what you're looking for. What you're looking for. Y'all ain't gonna holler back at me. What you're looking for. What is it that has captured your attention? And so you keep getting more and more of it, more and more of it, more and more of it. And while you may not realize it, it is sowing seeds within your mind. You constantly watching every reality show that come up. Y'all ain't gonna holler back at me now. Oh Lord, I'm finna get in trouble. Every reality show that come along, every little trashy TV show, every little trashy this, that, and the other, and you start to think that that is actual reality. You do realize reality shows are not reality. They're scripted. I hope you realize that. They're not reality. They're scripted for your entertainment. And you are being entertained by something they're calling reality, but because you believe it's reality, here we go, girding up the loins of your mind, you start to create a reality that mirrors what you think is reality, which is really fake. And so, you watching a Real Housewife and Basketball and Treasure Pleasure Island and this, that, and the other, and then you start recreating that reality within your own lived experiences. Because you don't know how to filter it out. My goodness. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one alone because I don't want to upset you too much. I want you to hang with me. I'm almost done. Because this brings me right to the final point, this analogy that I think is just so powerful. There is a place in the scriptures, in the Gospels, where Jesus shows up at the temple. And when he gets to the temple, he finds money changers, people doing exchange and all kinds of nefarious things inside of the temple. In the temple that was supposed to be the place that's set aside for holiness and worship and communion and fellowship with the all of everything, to connect with God. In the temple, in the sacred place, he comes in and he finds these money changers. He finds them in there doing business and doing all kinds of nefarious things inside of the temple. When he walks inside the temple, he looks around and he sees these people doing all of these different things. They've turned the holy place into a marketplace. They've turned it, that which was supposed to be a righteous place, a place of communion and connection, into just a common place. And so he lets out the declaration. He says, my house is supposed to be a house of prayer, a place of communion, connection. You, he says, have turned it into a den of thieves. And then according to the narrative, Jesus got pissed and started kicking over tables. He didn't have a conversation with them. He didn't have a teaching session. Are you hearing me? He didn't sit there and try and reason with them. He started kicking over tables and turning over money changers and machines, and took a whip and started whipping the people that were in there, chasing them out of the temple, cleansing the temple of everybody and everything that was bringing degradation and destroying the sacredness of that space. He ran them out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are that temple. Did you hear me? And you are the Jesus that's entering that temple. What's inside of your temple? What money changers have set up in the courts of your temple? Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? What shops have been put there inside of your temple? Perhaps it's the thieves, the den of thieves that have robbed you of your peace, of your joy, of your happiness, of your contentment, robbed you of your vision, of your aspirations, your imagination. What money changers and thieves are inside of your temple? Maybe it's the con men of comparison. Comparison. I got to do this puzzle over here. Great day. Which of these objects is for sitting? Oh, good Lord. I hate this stuff with TikTok. I can't even see the object. A chair, I guess. There we go. Is a tropical fruit. Pineapple. Oh my goodness. Okay, finally. Sorry, TikTok. It always does that. Interruption right in the middle of my flow. Okay. So, what about this thief, this con artist called comparison? Comparison. Ooh, this is a big one. Comparison is the thief of joy. It is the silent assassin of your self-worth. One of the most dangerous things that you can do in your spirit is to begin to measure yourself, measure your journey, measure your path against someone else's, because it distorts your vision. It distorts and diminishes your value, and it distracts you from your divine assignment. It is a thief and a robber that has come into your temple that says to you, well, wait a minute. How come it seems like everybody getting blessed except for me? Everybody's doing well. I know I can preach better than them. I know I'm smarter than them. I went to college. This person hadn't. And it's like, well, how come ain't nothing working for me? You comparing your journey with someone else's. You see, especially when it's somebody that you know. And most often it's somebody that you know and that you're not too fond of. And then all of a sudden you see them thriving and doing well. And then now here goes that ego starts to kick in, and comparison starts. That thief called comparison starts to take your joy away from you, because it tells you, well, wait a minute, what's wrong with me? How come they getting blamed? This is all happening for them. And I know what they've done, and I know where they've been, and I know the things that they've been involved in, and God keep blessing them. And I'm over here struggling, and I'm fighting, and I know good and well I got more talent than they do. And yet the door keeps opening for them, and it's not happening for me. Comparison. You need to start flipping over the tables in your temple. Those things that are robbing you of your peace, robbing you of your joy, robbing you of your contentment, robbing you of your vision, robbing you of your own self-worth, robbing you, stealing inside of your temple, doing business and exchanging inside, trading your joy for sadness, trading your creativity for complacency, trading. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Exchange changing your ability, your brilliance, for you're starting to deny your own capability and capacity for greatness and convincing you that something is broken, missing, and wrong inside of you. Well, today I am encouraging you to go inside of your temple and don't have a conversation. Don't try and reason with it. Don't try and understand it. Don't try and define it. Don't sit there and have a back and forth or an argument with it. Just start kicking over the table and take out a whip and chase it out of your life. I will not be walking around here angry and bitter and mad and don't even know what I'm mad about. Don't even know what I'm upset about. I will not compare myself to those that are around me. I'm in my own race. My only competition is in the mirror. My only competition is the person I was yesterday. My only real competition is being better today than I was yesterday. I will not sit around here and beat myself up because of a choice or a decision that I made before that may have been bad and may have had consequences, but it's time to get over it and to move on. I'm running it out of my temple. I'm not going to be bound anymore by my mistakes, by my fumbles, by my mess up, by my goof up, by my misjudgments, by my errors. I refuse to let it hold me hostage another day. Get out of my temple, out of my mind, out of my heart, out of my dwelling place. Get away from my altar. This is a house of prayer. This is a place of communion and connection. I'm not going to have anything interrupt that inside of me. Not anymore. No more restless nights, no more sleepless nights, not over some nonsense, not over some foolishness, not over something that has already happened, is already over, not over things that I can't do anything about. Do you understand? Let me talk about this comparison piece again. Do you understand that there are some things that are just set? Every one of us have some set things in our life, set talents, set gifts that we didn't do anything for. They're just innate. There are people who can sing. They were just born with the ability to sing. And then there are those who are not. I'm not going to call no names. You know who you are. You know. You might like to sing, but you're not able to sing. You're not a singer. You're being envious of someone who is able to sing is pointless because you can't do anything about their ability to sing. And they can't do anything about their ability to sing. It was innately woven into their DNA. They didn't ask for it. They didn't look for it. They didn't go hunting for it. It was just given to them. But guess what? As long as you are fixated on what they are able to do, you can't see what you're able to do. You miss the beauty of your own uniqueness because you are fixated on what someone else had no power over and you have no power over. No amount of your being jealous, angry, upset, envious of them is going to make you a great singer. No amount, are you hearing me? That there are people who are just, they were born with a certain DNA where they are 6'8", 6'9". They can dunk a basketball from the time that they were in middle school. They just athletic and they have an athletic prowess about them. And you got 2 left feet and you're not very athletic. Well, there's nothing wrong with you. But if you sit around being envious and jealous and comparing yourself to them, well, they can do this and I can't, and how come I can't? And we teach our kids some things that are just absolutely wrong. I'm going to make some parents mad now. We tell our kids, you can do anything you set your mind to. No, you can't. I understand what we mean by it. I understand. We do it with good intention, but that's a lie. You can't do anything you set your mind to because there are some things you're just not innately gifted with the ability to do. You can't sing. No amount of singing lessons is going to make you a great singer. You can't sing. Set your mind to it, practice, rehearse, get a vocal coach, and do all of those things. And at the end of the day, you still just going, like, that's right, Kamora, make a joyful noise. That's what it's going to be, a noise. Because that's not a part of your makeup. But that doesn't make you less than, it doesn't make you less valuable. It simply means that you have to discover what is uniquely gifted within you. You can't. No. So stop lying to your kids. You can do anything you set your mind to. No, you can't. No, you can't. Everybody can't be a football player. Everybody can't be a basketball player. Everybody can't be a pool shark. Everybody can't. Y'all, you understand what I'm saying? Everybody can't. There are some things that you are just gifted to do, that are unique to you. And that's okay. Embrace your unique talent and be the best you that you can be. It's time to kick over the tables, chase out the money changers, clean your temple of all of this stuff that has held you captive and put you in shackles, held, constrained, and confined you, so that you can discover the beauty that's hidden beneath the rubble. Are you understanding what I'm saying? And so as we close this series about the ministry of value, I want you to set your mind to value yourself, to set healthy boundaries, to understand the value of your presence. Yeah. And to make sure that you are guarding your sacred temple. You are the temple, the altar, and the sanctuary. Make sure your gates are fortified, your eye gates, your ear gates, so as not to allow access to everything and everybody. Sometimes we need to take decisive action, just like Jesus did when he cleansed the temple. This means cleaning your own personal house. Taking inventory of your interior chambers of imagination, of resentments, of bitterness, and cleansing those things out so that you're able to allow the divine essence of who you are to flow freely through you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? All right. I'm done. Value yourself. Set boundaries. Know the value of your presence. Be discerning. And make sure that you care for your temple. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all of the lights and the hearts. Thank you for interacting with this video. I want to give you an opportunity to support the platform by giving. Those of you who are watching me on TikTok, you can give by using our CashApp. It is emerge, $emerge, LEC, emerge, LEC. Or you can give roses. Thank you so much for the roses, Cammie. I appreciate that. Thank you for the gifts. You guys are wonderful. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I appreciate it. Those of you who are watching on the other platforms, I'm going to put on screen right now the ways that you're able to give as well. You can use our CashApp, Zelle, PayPal, or Venmo. I want you to sow a decisive seed in support of this platform. Thank you. You are so wonderful. Thank you for the roses. These are all of my TikTok friends over here. I appreciate you. Oh my goodness, you just blew my goal right out the water. I appreciate it. That you hear that cheering. You guys are wonderful. Thank you, Edmund. I appreciate that.
Oh, man. Oh, that's Ed. Ed, what's up, bruh? I didn't know you were on here. What up? I love Edmund, man. That's my brother right there. I appreciate your support, bruh. I do. Those of you who are watching on all the other platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you can use the information that's on your screen right now to give in whatever form that you see. Sow a significant seed today in support of this platform so we can continue to bring good news and empowerment to those that are in this community. We appreciate you, and I thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Now, beginning next week, we're going to change the format of our empowerment sessions. And I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. I'm just going to tell you, we're going to change the format. I think is going to make it a lot more palatable to everyone. And it's going to be very impactful and enlightening. And I think it's going to be really good. So beginning next week, we're going to change the format just a little bit. So look for something new, something fresh, beginning next week. I want you to make sure you meet me here at 9 a.m. for the Emerge Empowerment Session. I also want those of you who are watching me across all platforms to consider becoming a partner or subscribing to the Emerge movement. It's very simple to become a partner or a subscriber with the Emerge movement. All you have to do is send an email to the email address that you see on your screen. It's not on the screen over here on TikTok, but the email address is emerge.lifecenter@gmail.com. emerge.lifecenter@gmail.com. And all you need to do is send me an email at that address and say 3 simple words. I want in. That's it. The moment you do, I will send you out an information packet that tells you everything about Emerge, all that about the vision and the mission statement and all the benefits and responsibilities that come along with it. You simply sign the partner agreement and send it back to me, and you're in. It gives you access to the private Facebook page where I do a lot of teaching and share information that I don't even touch out here on this general platform. We go deep. I'm talking about real deep, everything in that private group, in the partnership portal. You want to become a partner with us. We have so many different things that we're working on in the partner portal, that we have a financial fitness plan. We're about to launch the spiritual fitness plan and the physical fitness plan that helps you to be able to manage your finances, grow your finances, as well as now manage your health and manage your emotional and spiritual well-being and grow and expand those areas as well. So I invite you to consider becoming a partner with the Emerge movement. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going off the air now. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you next week with our brand new format for the Emerge Empowerment Session. Have a wonderful day.
Some of you are even afraid to dream, afraid to imagine. But I'm here to tell you that you are an infinite, limitless, boundless being. Are you willing to do what is necessary to have what you desire?
You've been listening to Apostle Isaac Miles, the disruptive innovator, a mentor, an author, a motivational speaker, an entrepreneur, and the founder and spiritual director at emergelec Life Enrichment Center. Please take a minute to subscribe, like, and share this page. If you'd like to become a partner, you can do so by emailing us at emerge.lifecenter@gmail.com. Again, that's emerge.lifecenter@gmail.com. Once again, thank you for watching.